Welcome Smash Heads to Week 15 in the 2022 CDL regular season. Today's game day gonna put us 3/4 of the way through the season, or I should say the two game days combined here in Week 15. I should say this week is gonna put us 3/4 of the way, but game day number 1 of 2 here, so be on the lookout tomorrow for more games. But that being said, let's lead things off here. We've got the 7-6-0-1 Miami Brawlers, Shane Geyser's squad here on the road to take on the Toronto Titans. The Titans with a record of 5 wins, 8 losses, no ties, and 1 overtime loss. But you know what? They've been doing pretty good as of late. As a matter of fact, I believe they've strung 2 wins in a row now, so they're going for more here as, hey, 5-8-0-1. They used to be 3-8-0-1. They're trying to make a turnaround, and hey, they're still in the playoff race. But a big game for this team because, believe it or not, if they were to win out and Gowanda were to lose out, Toronto still has a chance at that Northeast Division title. So they're trying to keep that alive, but they need a win to do so. You know Miami would love to play spoiler and get closer to a playoff spot themselves because Miami has not made it to the playoffs since 2017. So, anyways, let's get a look at the lineup. It's going to be Speed Society. The rookie leads the way for the Miami Brawlers, followed by Mika at the middleman spot. To the captain spot, it'll be Spinebuster, and at 5-point gainer for the Brawlers, it's going to be Monty. To the home side, league operated Toronto Titans lead the way with Indy 5 Jr., followed by Wen at the middleman spot. Synchro has the captain's position today, and at 5-point gainer, it is X-Wing. So both teams set and ready to go for this one. Toronto at home, gonna try to use it to their advantage. You know, it is such a long shot for them to win the Northeast Division because Gowanda is so far out ahead that, you know, Gowanda gets an overtime loss and the division's clinched from Toronto. It's stripped away from them, but Toronto still is in the playoff hunt, believe it or not, about 3 games back. So here we go. Game is on. Speed Society. Whoa, a little clip shot. And both cars are going to go back to their own sides. It's going to be called back. It's kind of a bad roll, so they'll go at it again. They were both still up in the process, and now they were both down in the process of the follow-up collision. So, 5-5 game. Indy 5 Jr. and Speed Society take each other out, which will bring out Wen for the Titans, and it'll bring out Great Indy. Did I call him Mika? I meant to say Great Indy for the Miami Brawlers. They got the same motto, Mika and Great Indy. Of course, Mika plays for the Atlanta Avengers, if I'm not mistaken. So after the out of play here, 5-5 is the score. These two go at it, and almost a flip there. Wen almost went over the mesh. Again, both cars able to stay alive. So keep going at it here. Good matchup there. Good defense by Wen, and yes, both cars staying alive yet again. And ooh, Wen with a great defensive maneuver. Able to stay up yet again. And whoa, that time a bad roll. They'll back it up. They'll go at it again here. That's going to save Mika, actually. Tie game. All even at 5. And yes, it will stay tied at 5. Switching back and forth. Good shot right there, but Wen good defensively. But not that time. Could not handle the mesh well enough. And, you know, the old saying with the mesh now, there's nowhere to run. It's a 10-5 game. Miami taking the lead and 1 flip away from getting the win. Synchro going to try to tie this thing up for the Toronto Titans. 10-5 the score. Game on the line here for Toronto as they will try to even it up. And of course, Great Indy trying to get that win. Yes, both cars switching sides. And again, both cars able to somehow stay in it. And now they're lodged. And you know what? Some tape has become separated. And yeah, they're stuck. They just got to separate here. Synchro starting to come apart at the seams. Toronto might want to consider taking a timeout, but they haven't yet, and now they will. Timeout is taken by the Titans. So the Titans going to get some fresh tape because they see that their car, Synchro, is at the captain's spot today for them. Starting to come apart. Starting to get a little separated. So they will get some tape on this front end. They're actually going to go around the side. Go right around the front, I think. So the side kind of needs it at the front right now. So that should hold them down for a bit. Something to keep in mind, they might need to just do a whole new tape job on them later. But the score 10-5 after the timeout. Let's get things going again. And a good flip for Synchro there. We are tied at 10. So the timeout works for them, but do keep in mind, they can't challenge any plays now. They're out of timeouts. But the Titans do tie the game at 10, and that now brings out Spinebuster for the Brawlers. Spinebuster and Synchro, two good defensive cars now battling out. Synchro almost had him. That time a great shot. Getting called back, so they'll go at it yet again. Both teams have been saved by a callback now. At least the car on each team has. Is Synchro and Spinebuster. Look for that critical 15-10 lead here. And almost a good flip there, but again, Synchro good defensively. Oh! Or I should say Spinebuster good defensively, and he is again. And this time Spinebuster is down. Synchro from the roadside getting it done. 15-10, Titans in the lead, looking for the win now. And that brings out Monty for Miami. 15-10 Toronto, looking for the win, which again would be another upset. I believe it would be a third win in a row for them if they could get it. Monty trying to force overtime. And that time, both cars staying up. Almost was out of play, but not meant to be. Monty trying to force OT, not going to happen. Synchro getting the game-winning flip in, folks. I think that's three in a row for the Titans now. Final score 15-10. The Toronto Titans getting the big upset win over the Miami Brawlers. But anymore, is it really an upset? I mean, the Titans are starting to come on strong here, so this is going to be 1, 2. I'm counting them back, folks. As we look back here, 3, and did Toronto get 4 in a row? No, so it is at 3 in a row. 3 wins in a row for the Titans, and actually, folks, the Toronto Titans have won 4 out of their last 5 games. So the Toronto Titans, talk about the good time to get hot, but they started the season so slow. Can they rebound and make it to the playoffs? Well, they improved to 6-8-0-1, and we'll see where they are at the end of this game day. I mean, that's, let's see, 6 wins, so that's 18 points plus the 1 overtime point, 19 points now. Going to be interesting to see how everything stacks out by the end of this game day, but the Titans with the win over the Brawlers, can you believe it? They were fighting for last place in the East, in the league for that matter, and now they're just under 500 pretty much, a couple of games under, but still, you know, better than where they were. Anyways, so coming up next, the Tampa Bay Gators on the road to take on the New York Empire. Big matchup there, and there's reasons for it. The New York Empire, they would like to get a run going like the Titans got right now. 4 out of their last 5, my goodness. Titans, or my mistake, Gators and Empire coming up next. Welcome back, Smash Heads. Next game about to take place. The Tampa Bay Gators, Brandon Kuma squad, on the road today with a record of 8 wins, 4 losses, no ties, and 2 overtime losses. You know, they're trying to put some pressure on the Atlantic Division, at least on the Philadelphia Demons, who have a chance to clinch this division today and could do so with the win and a Tampa Bay loss. Of course, Tampa Bay trying to get a win to delay that celebration. Of course, Philadelphia can at least clinch a playoff spot with just a win today, but Tampa trying to make Philly work for the Atlantic Division title for as long as they can. But they are on the road to take on the New York Empire. The Empire currently last place in the league, but they see what Toronto's doing. Maybe they're thinking, hey, we want to be that good too. You know, yeah, the Titans from out of nowhere. You know, they've won 4 out of their last 5. They used to be battling with New York for last place in the league, but we'll see if the Empire can get things going. 3 wins, 10 losses, no ties, 1 overtime loss. Like I said, last place in the league. Or maybe just fold this one and try to get that number 1 overall draft pick. But the defense is there, but the inability seems like to get points on the board has also been there for them. But maybe they will today. That said, let's get a look at the lineups. The Tampa Bay Gators lead the way with R, followed by Red Detta at the middleman spot. 47 Ronan has the captain's position, and that 5-point gainer is ratified for the Tampa Bay Gators. To the home side, going to be Enzo 1 leading the way for the New York Empire, followed by Rising Heat at the middleman spot. The captain spot is Black Bullet 2, and Chameleon will have the 5-point gainer spot for the Empire today. League operated team. That being said, cars getting taken off the field. And I gotta say this, it debuts tomorrow, folks. Brandon Kuma's Anthro Championship Wrestling, if you see it on the field here. I know there's a little light glare here. I don't know if that helps. Does that help? Can you guys see a little bit? There's a little white glare, but ACW premiering tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 6 p.m. Pacific. It's going to be on his YouTube channel. I'll leave the link in the description, so something to definitely go on ahead and check out. So here we go. R and Enzo 1 going to lead off this game in a good collision. Both cars stay up, and this time R has a good flip. Enzo 1 down. 5-0 Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay fighting for third place in the East right now, neck and neck with the Boston Vandals. They've been doing really well as of late. 10-0 the score. Tampa Bay trying to keep that momentum going. Almost had a flip there. Rising Heat able to stay alive, and Rising Heat ties this game up. It's a good lightweight defensive car. Rising Heat is able to get a good flip there. Something that New York has certainly struggled with, but we are tied at 5. That now brings out Red Detta. Red Detta almost had him. Good defensive maneuvers, though. Rising Heat staying alive, as is Red Detta. Ooh, again, both cars staying up. Defense versus defense right now on this field, and again, both cars staying alive. Switching sides now. And looks like Rising Heat, whoa, that time a bad roll. They'll resend it back and go at it yet again. Yes, keeping opposite sides of the field now and play it like it's flat. Rising Heat still in this game. Keeping the opposite side too as they continue to battle. And again, a good spin maneuver by Red Detta, able to hang on, handles the edge there. But it seems like Rising Heat getting the better opportunities, but Flun that time able to stay alive. Switching sides and a bad roll. Switching sides, they'll go at it yet again. Rising Heat. From the home side where he started. Bad roll there. And they go at it yet again. And are his wheels touching the mesh? They are not, folks. So it is going to be a good flip right here. I don't think y'all can actually see where he is right now. But there's just this little bit of space, actually. There is space in between the mesh and the wheels. So because there is that space there, it's going to count. Good flip. Good flip for Tampa Bay. They have a lead, 10-5 the score. So that will now bring out Black Bullet 2. Yeah, it's kind of like having your foot on the ropes in a wrestling match, right? Here we go. Black Bullet 2 and Red Detta, 10-5 the score. As Black Bullet 2 tries to tie it, Red Detta going for the win. Both cars staying up. I'd say Red Detta is definitely a little bit more bouncy right now, a little less stable. But he has the win. Red Detta staying alive there, and on the ground, and down is Black Bullet 2. Yes, Black Bullet 2. So that will end it, folks. 15-5. The final score. The Tampa Bay Gators getting the win, and they're on quite a little roll right now. Like I say, look over here, 15-5 with the win, so that's, let's see. We know they got 1, we know they got 2. Make it 3. Is it 4? In Tampa Bay hit, yeah, 4. 4 wins in a row now, actually, folks, for the Tampa Bay Gators, and we know before that it was an overtime loss to Atlanta, so still picking up points there, so another big day for Brandon Kuma's Tampa Bay Gators. But yeah, also check out I was about to call it AEW. Do check out AEW, it's a good show. But ACW, be sure to check that out tomorrow, 9 p.m. Eastern Time on Kuma's channel. That being said, we move on to the next game here. It is a battle of league-operated teams, and there's playoff implications involved from the West. The Denver Mustangs on the road to do battle with the Seattle Lumberjacks. Stay tuned. Welcome back, Smash Heads. Next game about to take place. We've got the Denver Mustangs on the road with a record of 5-7-1-1, 18 points total. They're in the three-way tie, actually, at the bottom of the Western Conference right now. But believe it or not, they're just 3 points, or my mistake, 3 games back of taking the lead in the Western Conference. As a matter of fact, 9 points separating first from last place in the West, as we are now in these last 6 game days, cutting it down to the last 5 today. So big game for the Mustangs here today on the road to take on the 7 wins, 7 losses, no tie or overtime losses, 7-7 Seattle Lumberjacks. The Lumberjacks started the season strong, but they've been really shaky as of late. Big game for them here today, as they are on the outside looking in as far as the playoffs are concerned right now. So huge matchup for both teams. But Seattle, a team that feels like they really need to do this. They have not made the playoffs since 2012. So a big matchup here for them. Let's get a look at the lineups for both sides. For Denver, it's Golden Rat leading the way, followed by Purple Custo at the middleman spot. To the captain spot, it's Highlight in that 5-point gainer. It's going to be Rising Heat 2. To the home side, Crazy Eye's going to get the nod to start here today for Seattle, followed by 76. At the captain spot, it's going to be Black Spec Type, and that 5-point gainer for the Lumberjacks is Rocket Oil. Team that's about to get a whole new look in 2023. Their current colors of silver and kind of like a maroon red, going to be replaced by almost the old Seahawks colors, that blue, green, and silver. So, with that whole Seattle thing with blue and silver, or blue and green rather. So here we go. Crazy Eyes and Golden Rat leading us off. And some good hits. Both cars staying in it so far. And out of play. So Golden Rat would have had a flip, but out of play he goes. So still scoreless. Match continues. And that time, a little hard shot right there, and there's a little point right there that was made when they made contact there, like tape on tape. It was kind of weird. But needless to say, it worked for Crazy Eyes. 5-0 Seattle's that now brings out Purple Custo. And Purple Custo will tie this game at 5. So just like that, we have a even game, 5-5. So that now brings out 76 for Seattle. And 76 will get the lead back for the Lumberjacks. So the Lumberjacks up 10-5 now and looking for the win. 76 out there trying to do it. So he takes on Highlight. And a clip shot there, and a clip shot is going to be enough. A little clack. If you didn't hear it, I don't know if you heard it or not, folks. Did you hear that? Let me know in the comments. A little clack right there, and it is good enough for the flip. 15-5 is the final. And the Seattle Lumberjacks, could they be back on track? Getting the win, they go to 8-7. And the Denver Mustangs fall into 5-8, 1-1, 15-5 actually, the final of this one. So, that being said, we got another matchup coming up. And a pretty big one for the home team that's going to be involved in this one. The Gowanda Outlaws. The Toronto Titans are hanging on in their division. But the Gowanda Outlaws, by just getting a point in the standings today, could eliminate the Toronto Titans from winning the Northeast Division. So they're close to doing that. The Outlaws, though, taking on a team that is fighting for a playoff spot right now, the Atlanta Avengers. So Atlanta Avengers on the road against the Gowanda Outlaws. Matt Geyser against his nephew, Hunter Bradshaw. That match is next. Welcome back, Smash Heads. Our next game about to take place, and half of the first day here of Week 15 is done, right? So 3 more games to go today. And this one, a big one for both sides involved. We've got the Atlanta Avengers on the road. Matt Geiser's squad with a record of 7 wins, 6 losses, no ties, and 1 overtime loss. With 22 points on the season, they came into this game, they tied with Miami for 7th place in the standings. Now, of course, with Miami taking a big loss to Toronto, Atlanta trying to pounce upon the opportunity. And of course, keep in mind that Montreal and Puerto Rico are playing tomorrow. Both of those teams with 23 points in the standings, just ahead of Atlanta with that 22. Atlanta can put the pressure on both of those teams because they are both playing for 5th place. And of course, hey, if Atlanta could get a win, one of those teams loses, guess who jumps back up into the playoff spot? That would be the Avengers. So the Avengers, a big game for them on the road here today, taking on a very tough team. 11 wins, 2 losses, coming off of just their 2nd regulation loss, 3rd overall of the season. But 11 wins, 2 losses, no ties, 1 overtime loss. The leaders of the Northeast Division and currently 2nd place in the league, Hunter Bradshaw, rookie team owner, his Gowanda Outlaws. The Outlaws looking to get a step closer to clinching a playoff spot today. I tell you this, with just 1 point on the standings, they could go on ahead and take away the Northeast Division from the Toronto Titans. And with the win and a Buffalo Warriors loss, they could take the division away from Buffalo as well, making the Northeast a 3-team race. So that's what's going on with this squad right here. So a huge game for them as they try to get a step closer to clinching that playoff spot. Let's get a look at the lineup. Going to be Mika leading the way for the Atlanta Avengers today. Following him out there is going to be who? At the captain spot, it's going to be the rookie Frostjet, and that 5-point gainer is Solar Reflex for the Avengers. For the home side, Hunter Bradshaw's Gowanda Outlaws will lead the way with Reptile today, followed by Hammer at the middleman spot. It's going to be Ratitude at the captain spot, and Black Spinebuster will take 5-point gainer position. So both teams set and ready to go for this one. As the back 3 get backed off the field, it'll be Mika and Reptile to lead us off here today. Atlanta, don't think that they can't do it. They are the only team to beat the Philadelphia Demons this year. They did that 2 weeks ago, then lost last week, so they're trying to bounce back. Can they get back to form here? They have an egg for beating tough teams. They gave Philly their only loss. Can they give Gowanda another loss? So the out of play there, still a scoreless game. So we continue, and a good flip right there. Mika is down. Reptile having the good flip, 5-0 Outlaws. So that now brings out who? For the Atlanta Avengers. 5-0 score. And almost 10-0 there. Who was a little wobbly, and this time who is down? 10-0 Gowanda in the lead and looking to end it here. So Hunter Bradshaw, if you're watching this one flip away from a win. But you got a tough opponent here. This is Frostjet, the rookie. He's a Molina model. Oop, that time no contact. Good model, good defensive model from the Atlanta Avengers. A lot of teams have Lena models. So Frostjet and Reptile now going at it. What a match. And Frostjet is down. Donuts served for dinner. 15-0 the final of this one. The Gowanda Outlaws get the win. And it's official, the Toronto Titans, as good as they've been doing as of late, they can't catch the Outlaws in the standings. The Outlaws have made that Northeast Division title race a 4-team race. And depending on what happens tomorrow with Buffalo, it could turn to a 3-team race if Buffalo were to lose. So the most they can get is 38 points. Gowanda just got to 37, so yeah. I think only a tie could keep Buffalo alive, but it'd be like a tiebreaker type of thing. Anyways, coming up next, we got our next game here, obviously. Detroit Devils on the road against the San Diego Lightning. So as we head back to the Western Conference, but congrats to Gowanda. It's another step closer to clinching the playoff spot. They're going to be just on the brink by the end of this game day. I really think so. So huge match and a huge win for them. 15-0 the final score. Who they got next week? Gowanda next week on the road against Toronto, oddly enough. So, but yeah. So we're going to focus on this week. We've got 2 games left today. We got the Puerto Rico Playas and the Montreal Monarques. As a matter of fact, yeah, that match is today, Puerto Rico and Montreal. My bad. Did I say it was tomorrow? I was mistaken. It is the main event of today's game day. Day 1 of 2, right? The day 1 feature. But coming up next, it's the Devils and the Lightning. So stay tuned. Welcome back, Smash Heads. Big game on tap for both sides involved here. We've got the Detroit Devils, 7 wins, 4 losses, no ties, and 3 overtime losses in the midst of a fight for that Central Division Championship. Of course, Mexico City, Houston, and Chicago. Those teams right there, they are all in such a battle. I mean, 2 points separating first from 4th place in that division. But the Detroit Devils got a hard task on hand. The San Diego Lightning, a team being run by AI this season, that's doing really well. 8 wins, 5 losses, no ties, and 1 overtime loss. As a matter of fact, they are just 2 points back of the Los Angeles Blades for the lead in the Pacific Division. They are trying to keep the pressure on. We'll see if they can do so. Let's get a look at the lineups. For the league-operated Detroit Devils, Pioneer leads the way, followed by V-Dub. Spectite has the captain spot for Detroit today, and at 5-point gainers, Black Marinello. To the home side, we've got Zap leading the way for the San Diego Lightning, followed by Rocket Power at the middleman spot. At the captain spot for the Lightning is El Rey, and at 5-point gainer is Futurama. Both teams set and ready to go. We get set for this one. Pioneer and Zap going to be the 2 cars to lead us off. So we're on a soft field, but offense is leading the way today. So here we go. It always kind of sort of seems to work out that way. Offense going out first, and we got a tie collision after just 2 clips. 2 little shots there. Tie game, 5-5. So that now brings out some more offense for Detroit and some defense from San Diego. Game all evened up. V-Dub out there for the Devils. Rocket Power for the Lightning, and Rocket Power will give the Lightning a 10-5 lead. San Diego good this year. Looking to go 9-5-0-1. 1 flip away from getting that done. Spectite out there for Detroit. He's kept them in so many games this season for sure. He looks to tie this one up. A little clip shot there. Both cars stay alive, and they will switch sides. Back to their own sides they go. Match continuing. Back and forth. And almost a flip right there. Spectite staying alive. I think Rocket Power might like that home side, or that visitor side rather, but a good flip there though. Maybe you didn't like it as much as I thought. Spectite getting the good flip. Rocket Power down, and folks, we are tied at 10. Did I say it, or did I say it? Spectite has kept this Devils team in a lot of games. Game tied at 10 apiece. That now brings out El Rey. And El Rey almost had the game winner right there, going at it yet again. Both these teams looking for that big 15-10 lead. And it's going to be Detroit who gets it. El Rey down 15-10. The Devils on top, looking for the win. Futurama going to try to force overtime. Spectite trying to get the victory for the Detroit Devils. So game on the line here, and do a barrel roll somehow. Stays alive, but not that time. Futurama down, and this one comes to an end. 15-10 the final score. And it is going to be the Detroit Devils getting the win over the San Diego Lightning. Big win for Detroit, tough win for San Diego. And San Diego, who is on the heels of the Los Angeles Blades, will now give the Blades an opportunity to pull out further in front in that Pacific Division. You got to wonder, Phoenix had 23 points, so maybe the Firebirds can move into second and maybe close the gap, get to 26, get 1 point behind them, but A lot depends too on what LA is able to do. They are on the road against Chicago, so that's become a big game now. Definitely, well, it was a big game. But I think Chicago and LA just became a bigger matchup, basically, is what just happened. But we're talking about Alex Johnson's LA Blades when we should be talking about his other team, which is going to be gracing this field next. The Puerto Rico Playas will be on the road in our day one feature to take on Lila Geyser and her Montreal Monarques. Two teams tied for 5th place in the East, and opportunity for them to gain some ground. Both Atlanta and Miami taking losses today. Maybe Toronto's a threat now, perhaps. Maybe Buffalo could become a threat if they were to get a win tomorrow against Philadelphia, but huge opportunity for both of these teams to really put some space in between them and whoever ends up in 7th place. So, Playas, Monarques, next. We are back, Smash Heads, and the time has come for the day one feature, but I do have to admit, folks, that I made a mistake in one of my earlier announcements. My announcement during the Tampa Bay game, talking about Anthro Championship Wrestling. You see, folks, I am recording this game day on Monday. It's being released to you on Tuesday, so for me, yeah, it debuts tomorrow, so I'm thinking in the sense of, well, it's tomorrow for me, but for you folks, it's today. ACW premieres today. That's right, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 6 p.m. Pacific. So, just so you guys know, I mean, I know, you know, it's like I'm thinking in terms of today. Yes, I got away today, but you guys are lucky, right? It's on tonight. So go check out ACW, be ferocious, people. That being said, on to this main event. We've got a pair of teams that are tied with a record of 7 wins, 5 losses, no ties, and 2 overtime losses. So technically at the 500 mark, but currently both these teams hanging on to those final 2 playoff spots in the Eastern Conference, and both of them looking for a big win, because wouldn't you just love to be 2 games ahead of teams like Atlanta and Miami with 5 games left to play? So a big matchup, big opportunity for both of these teams. That being said, let's get a look at the lineups. For Alex Johnson's Puerto Rico Playas, they lead the way with Sub-Zero, followed by Rowdy at the middleman spot. To the captain spot, it's going to be Ratitude Jr., and at 5-point gainer, it's Blue BMW. To the home side, it's going to be Blue 512 leading the way for Lila Geyser's Montreal Monarques. Well, folks, I'm not sure why it shut off mid-recording there. It seems like it just decided nope and did what it did, but we'll try to keep this thing going. Folks, you didn't miss nothing, just a couple of collisions, both cars still alive and very much in it. So they continue to go at it here. And a good flip right there. So folks, you do see the first flip of this game. I gotta just keep an eye out to make sure that we're still recording every now and then. I hear that shutter, and now I think I'm gonna shutter. So 5-0 Puerto Rico on top. So that now brings out 46 Junior for Les Monarques. So 5-0 game, as that now brings up 46 Junior. Both cars staying up, they'll go at it yet again. And some heavy hits by 46 Junior, and that time a clip shot, well, gray shot. It's called a bad roll. They're sent back to the wrong side, so go at it again. Direct collisions, some good hits, Sub-Zero. Withstanding the storm right now, these two go at it. And almost a flip there, but able to stay alive with Sub-Zero again. Some good collisions, some good hits. 46 Junior's been on point, though, getting all the offensive opportunities, but Sub-Zero meeting them head on here. Defense on display and gets the flip there. That's the trick of the defense. Can you hang on long enough to be able to get that flip? And that's exactly what just happened there. So Sub-Zero has made it a 10-0 game, as that now brings out Padawan. 10-0 the score. And Sub-Zero looking to end it. Padawan trying to keep Montreal in this game, and Padawan will keep Montreal in this game. Sub-Zero down. So the score now 10-5 in favor of Puerto Rico. And now with the chance to put this game away is Rowdy. Rowdy against Padawan here. 10-5 the score. Playas looking for the win, and that time we had no contact. They'll go at it again. And almost a flip there, but Padawan up to the task. Now Padawan, the defense out there, and we play it like it's flat. Yes, he is touching that post. In the corner, we play it like it's flat. It is not a flip. He's staying alive. Padawan back ready to go at it yet again. But that time he is down. So Rowdy's like, you're going to go down. I'm going to make sure it happens. 15-5 the final score. Rowdy gets it done there. And the Puerto Rico Playas get the win over the Montreal Monarques. 15-5 the final. And folks, that is going to do it for the first half of week 15. The first game day of 2 here this week. So tomorrow's game day is going to be a big one. We are going to be switching to the hard field for that. 6 fun matchups, and of course the main event of it all, an original 6 battle. And 2 teams that are in a fight for a playoff spot right now. Of course, I'm talking about the Phoenix Firebirds and the Houston Oilers in the main event tomorrow. There's other great games too, and we're going to scroll them across the screen for you folks. Until tomorrow, James Holst Jr. here, owner and creator of the Car Demolition League. Thanking you for watching. Please like and subscribe. And until then, till we smash again here on this field, we just... much love, take care of yourselves, be yourselves. As always, peace.